Good afternoon, Bill speaking.
Hi, Bill. It's Michael Cartellone from Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Hey, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. My name's Bill Hernandez, as you know, and I'm editor at Rock Band Reviews here in Fort Lauderdale. Where are you calling from today?
I am calling from home in New York City.
I used to be a former resident for about 16 years out on Long Island.
Very good, very good.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
You're in a warmer climate now.
Yeah, well, we're actually down, we I think hit 58 last night, overnight. So for us Floridians here, it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful.
When your blood thins out like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I tell you,
thank you for making the interview happen here. I do appreciate that very much.
Oh, no worries. It's an honor and a pleasure. I've interviewed actually with Ricky Medlock several times over the year, and they always put me with Ricky, and Ricky's fantastic. But it's great to have some fresh blood.
Very good, very good.
Well, I tell you, Lynyrd Skynyrd coming to the new Hard Rock Live, where the now famous Guitar Hotel is. You are going to be so blown away when you see this thing in person.
Yeah, it looks really amazing, and of course, you know, I've known about it for quite a while, since Wentworth Gallery going into the facility has been in the works for quite a while. So I've been getting the updates as things have been developing, and it just sounds incredible.
It's amazing. You'll be blown away. Lynyrd Skynyrd and yourself will be here on November 30th at Hard Rock Live inside the new 7,500 seat. It's an indoor amphitheater, just amazing. Saw a show there last night. And you will also be doing a live appearance the very next day on Sunday at the Wentworth Gallery, where your artwork will be available for acquisition, and you'll be doing the live appearance between 2 and 4 p.m.
Yes.
Wonderful. So musician, artist, I mean, my gosh, there's so much that you do. And we could just start with a little music stuff, and then we'll go into what this call is really about. You're showing at the Wentworth Art Gallery. But I wanted to know that of all of the available instruments to choose from in the world out there, what was it about the drums that turned you on?
Well, I had an older cousin who played drums, and I was just kind of fascinated by him and the drum kit, and every time we would go to visit, I would beg him to let me play his kit, and I think my parents just saw how fixated I was. So when I was 9 years old, I started taking drum lessons and never looked back.
Wonderful. Now, if you did not become a professional drummer and as successful as you have been, not only in Lynyrd Skynyrd but with other bands, what do you think you might be doing to earn a living?
Well, I would absolutely be an artist, because that actually happened before the drums.
Ah.
Yeah, so when I was 4 years old, Bill, the kindergarten teacher had suggested to my parents that they encourage this art ability that apparently I was showing. So the summer after kindergarten, my parents enrolled me in a summer course at the Cleveland Institute of Arts, Cleveland, Ohio, which is my hometown.
Right.
And so basically, throughout my childhood, I really was completely focused on drawing and painting. And until I was 9 years old and began drumming, I was convinced that the visual art is what I was going to do for my living. Mm-hmm. And then when I started playing drums, that did take over, but I never stopped the visual art. And then consequently, those two, the drumming and the painting, have coexisted my entire life, and I've always been doing both simultaneously.
Yeah, that's interesting because Wentworth Galleries also represents other rockers that are painters, and some of them drummers as well, like Rick Allen of Def Leppard and Mickey Hart from the Grateful Dead, Rick Ocasek, who we just lost a couple months ago. All rockers and drummers who also were seduced by art.
Yeah. The only thing I could think is that a lot of musicians like to express their artistic voice in other ways, and it's not that uncommon to have musicians that are also painters, and there are plenty out there, and a lot of great ones.
Yeah, and I think there's something for everyone in both genres, because both of these arts are open to interpretation by the individual, whether it's
Absolutely.
music or art. So I think it's just fantastic, and I think marrying those two together is just a natural thing.
Well, I agree, Bill, and I have to tell you that it's hard for me to really separate the two because I only know them together, and on any given day, I'm a drummer that paints or a painter who drums.
Yeah.
It truly is two halves of a whole for me.
Yeah. Now, when you paint, do you paint in a studio? Do you paint on the road in a hotel room? Are there any limits to where you get your ideas and put them into fruition?
Well, the first part of your question is I paint wherever I am.
Good.
I have, in fact, carried art supplies on tour and painted in hotel rooms. And as we speak, and I'm sitting here in our apartment in New York City, I'm sitting right next to my easel where I was painting this afternoon.
Wow.
So I am always working on some kind of a painting. And sometimes I'm sitting at the drum kit thinking about the painting, which is probably not the best thing to do, but it happens. And as regarding your other question of inspiration, I constantly have my eyes open, and if I see something that triggers an idea, I'll file it away. And consequently, I have a very long list of things that I would love to paint.
Yeah.
It's just a question of when I start the next painting, what am I motivated to do from that list?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, when you're painting, like right now, let's say after we hang up, if you're painting, do you like it quiet? Do you play music?
It varies. Today was a quiet day. But there are days where I'll have, Beatles playing nonstop.
Wow, nice.
It really kind of depends. I should mention that I have a pretty wide appreciation of music that I like, and my music library in my laptop here. Covers everything from, big band swing to classical. So it's kind of any given day what I might choose to listen to.
That's so funny you mentioned big bands, because just the other day I bought a turntable after almost 30 years, and I have original albums from Tommy Dorsey, Fats Waller, Glenn Miller, actual original ones that my dad had left me when he passed. And I put those on, and the sound and the pops, the clicks, the grain, amazing. And like yourself, I go back to the 30s with music all the way on up to today,
there really is nothing like listening to a good vinyl record.
Yes.
There are just frequencies that you cannot get anywhere else. And it's interesting you mentioned your father and big band, because that's how I have the love of it as well. My parents, grew up in the swing era, and I grew up hearing music from every artist that you just labeled in the house. And I think that's one of the reasons why my drumming fascination happened because drumming is so fun within the context of big band. And I'll go one step further because sometimes people ask me, what is my favorite Lynyrd Skynyrd song to play?
Yeah.
And hands down, it is I Know a Little. And the reason for that is it's basically a big band tune.
Yeah, I'm kind of playing it in my head right now. Yeah.
The drums are right out of big band, and the intro itself is, if you ask me, the intro to me sounds like Glenn Miller in the Moon.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Wow. I tell you, my favorite drummer from back in the day there was Gene Krupa.
Yeah, what a great drummer. Great drummer.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. Now, I went to Wentworth Gallery yesterday in Hard Rocks. I had done a review of comedian Kevin James. Went and saw his show in the new theater. It was fantastic. So I passed by, and they already have a lot of your artwork already up and ready for your appearance, even though it's almost 2 weeks away. And what really struck my eye, and what I've become to know now, is pixelism.
Yes.
Amazing.
Thank you. Which pixelism paintings do they have there right now?
I did see Superman, and was there a Mickey Mouse? I think, or Donald Duck? Yes.
I did that too. I will tell you, Bill, that is what I've been focusing on for the past, I guess, 2 years. So there will be, I think we're up to 14 now.
Wow. Focus.
And I'm actually sitting next to one that I just started today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just sitting here wondering: Are you looking at something and kind of copying? I mean, I just don't know how you see. Is that all in your head while you're painting it? I mean, it's hard to get this question out, but I think you know what I'm saying, right?
I do. What I can tell you about the process is, once I pick the subject,
yes,
I then do work from a photograph of the subject,
mm-hmm.
and I envision and/or sometimes with a pencil draw a grid right over the top of the photograph.
Mm-hmm.
And by drawing the grid, it enables me to loosely kind of have an idea of, okay, so in this corner there's a lot of red, and then it moves into some yellows, and then it moves into some browns.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to tell you, Bill, it's just at that point trial and error. And I just start painting in the top left corner, one block at a time, and I keep backing away from the painting, and I let my eyes focus and see if the colors are blending like I want, and if the subject is starting to come into focus like I want. And quite often it isn't, and I have to repaint squares. So it is definitely not an exact science. Mm-hmm. And the art school the art schooling and that I did over the years, and the learning of the science of mixing colors, that comes into play constantly with these. And they are very they're very intense and labor tedious work.
I would think so. My gosh, yeah. I'd probably have a headache after doing one of those. Yeah. Just from the focusing and unfocusing.
I don't know if you've seen the. I did a pixelism of Mona Lisa. Have you seen that yet?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Oof. So that painting has 2,288 squares.
Wow.
And I painted one at a time, and it took months and months.
Oh my gosh. But it's very therapeutic, I would think, also, no?
It can be. It can be. Sometimes these pixelism paintings are easier, and sometimes they're harder. It kind of depends on how detailed I want the subject to appear, and how involved the color scheme is. And the one I'm working on now is going to be very, very colorful, which makes it fun. The one that I just finished in time for this Wentworth Hard Rock show is a new painting, a new pixelism painting, and it's John Lennon.
Oh, wow.
And I just shipped the original painting down to Wentworth, to their home office in Miami, where it's being framed, so it could be at the Hard Rock on December 1st.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic.
That one came out very nice, and it is, it's a full-color portrait of John Lennon's face, so it has kind of a limited color palette.
Yeah.
Because it's just his face and hair and eyes, and, if you look at something like, you said you saw Superman?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, so that's got not only his face and his hair, but it's got the costume.
Yeah.
So you cover a lot of ground in the color. The Lennon was a little more rigid and focused with color because it was just a close-up of his face.
Yeah.
It was very rewarding when it was done, but it didn't have kind of the exploration of color that some of these other pixelism paintings have had.
Yeah, I see. So, one big question, of course, is this really the final tour?
It is. However, the next question that you might have, which is, when does it end? I don't know yet.
Who knows, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you that, and if anyone had seen the press releases when they first announced this, they said it was going to be 2, maybe 3 years long.
Mm.
Well, in fact, we are now finishing year 2.
Yeah.
And year 3, 2020, is already shaping up to be a very busy year. Not only domestically here in the States, but internationally as well.
Yeah. Kind of like what Kiss is doing. They put out dates, and now they've added 45 more. So
yeah,
might as well keep riding the train while it's going. They're having a blast. I bet.
Yes. Since you bring up Kiss, I do need to tip the hat and thank my old friend Paul Stanley, who is another Wentworth Gallery artist.
Yes.
And Paul was the one that made he connected the dots.
Oh, wow.
He suggested to Wentworth that I work with them.
Amazing.
And I've known Paul a long, long time. I met him back in the old Damn Yankee days.
Yeah. It's interesting you mentioned Damn Yankees, because this past Saturday night I was at a Night Ranger show.
No kidding. They played down in there?
They played Pompano Beach, and they actually opened at the amphitheater, and they opened for Dennis DeYoung, which actually Dennis DeYoung could open for Night Ranger too, But
Night Ranger opened for Dennis DeYoung.
Yeah, I kind of thought it should have been the other way around, but fantastic. The drum set was stage left, and it wasn't back in the center like most setups are. They had it kind of catty-cornered on the side of the stage. And
that's how Kelly Keggies, the great drummer from Night Ranger, he has always set up in that position.
Yeah.
Because he also does lead vocals on many of the songs, and this way he can turn and face the audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I tell you, just the way the stage was set, the lighting and the smoke and everything, I thought I was in the 80s. It was amazing. It really took you back. Fantastic. And, they played Damn Yankee songs and sounded amazing. So,
I actually, I guess it was now 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half. Night Ranger had opened for Skynyrd, and I got up and played Coming of Age with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's great. Yeah. I actually just spoke to Jack a few days ago on the phone.
Oh, that's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Michael. I thank you so much for taking time out of your busy touring schedule to talk with Rock Band Reviews today. And again, Lynyrd Skynyrd, you guys are going to be here in about 2 weeks on November 30th at Hard Rock Live. And your live artistic appearance will be on the next day, Sunday, December 1st at the Wentworth Gallery, where your artwork will be available for acquisition, and you'll be there from 2 to 4 p.m.
I will. Would love to have you and everyone else come by and say hello.
Wonderful. I'm definitely going to come by and say hello so you can put a face with the voice.
Great. Sounds good.
And we're also going to be at the show as well, so we're excited.
It'll be a fun weekend.
Absolutely. All right. See you later, man. Safe travels.
Thank you, my friends. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.